Hi everyone, welcome to Coffee with Father James. And I'm quite struck by my coffee cup here. I couldn't believe it when I found it in the cupboard here. It's a Gary Larson, remember The Far Side? And it's Aerobics in Hell. Aerobics in Hell. And you see here Satan leading people in exercise, and it goes three more, 2 more, 1 more. Okay, 5 million leg lifts, right leg, ready, set. I really liked Gary Larson in The Far Side, and so I think I might hang on to this mug. It might become a regular feature in Coffee with Father James. Today I'm coming to you from my new office, and literally we didn't create a set. My books arrived today from my old office, so it's one of the things I have to do this week is to get these books, 24 boxes of books, onto bookshelves. And so that's one of the things that I've got to do this week. It's one of the easier things I've got to do this week. Last week I shared with you some difficult news around decisions we had to make about 2 staffing positions to terminate those positions. And I was making a point that this is very much has everything to do with the changed reality that we're in, both with the amalgamation and with COVID. On top of that, if we actually roll back the clock a little bit, the truth is, and I think we might all agree, that the pre-amalgamation, pre-COVID situation, well, how was that working for us? If we're honest with ourselves, that wasn't such a great situation either, because the truth is that we and many other parishes have been experiencing a steady decline over the years. So there was that struggle. And then there was the amalgamation, 4 parishes into one. And I know that many of you have had experienced that in different ways. Some have had, it's not really impacted you at all. And for others, it has impacted you. And then, of course, the COVID reality, the fact that it has substantially changed our needs, our parish needs. And of course, it's had this tremendous impact upon us financially that I shared with you last week. I mean, 54% reduction in income. We already were running a deficit. And there are other financial issues as well that I haven't shared with you. In fact, the truth is there's actually a lot of things that I haven't been able to share with you yet that I do want to share with you in time. If I tell you everything, it'll be too much. It kind of reminds me of my first week. In fact, my first day here, because one of the other financial things is this wall that we have, the problem with the wall on Maple Street. Now, some of you know about this, some of you do not know about it, but the city has been asking the parish to resolve the issue of the wall and the trees that are falling over for 3 years. And the last month, they really turned the heat up on us, telling us if we didn't fix it, they would do it, probably at a very high price, and send us the bill. My very first day here, I think it was my first day, we got the quotes back. And this was some of the news I got on my first day. The bottom end of the quote was $300,000, and the high end quote was over $500,000 for a wall. So we have a lot of struggles ahead of us, a lot of difficulties. And what became clear to me is that we need to shift our resources and invest them in a very different place. Since the amalgamation, Sherry, who was our secretary, receptionist, and bookkeeper, the demand of her job as bookkeeper just multiplied, as well as the volume of incoming calls and traffic at the door because of the 4 locations coming into one. It was quite overwhelming, and she really had a shift in her work to focus on the bookkeeping and getting all that straightened out. So even right now, we don't have really a secretary receptionist person. We don't actually even have an office manager or someone to handle the details of all of these 4 parishes, and all of it is coming down on top of us. And it's very overwhelming. And my sense as your pastor is I'm trying to make, some key decisions at the beginning here for the sake literally of survival is we need to strengthen the core. We need to strengthen the center. I think you'll all agree if the not enough blood is going to the heart, it doesn't matter how much blood goes to the hands and the feet, how much goes to the limbs. We've got to strengthen the core. And that's what I see. Our job My job in the first months is to strengthen the core. This office, the central office, we need to get our minds around all of the moving parts, all of the details. We need to get basic organization in place. We need to rally to get mobilized volunteers, because there's a lot of things we're going to need volunteers to do. But please don't call yet, because we're not set up to even respond to you yet. There's a lot of work that we need to do. It was observed that, if we're having these financial difficulties with regard to the positions, and the positions that we terminated were the groundskeeper, or the maintenance man, Brian Monroe, and the position of music and liturgy director, and Greg Bessignol, who's served in this role for many, many years and is really loved and dear to a lot of people in the parish. And ending these positions was a very difficult thing to do. But my dear friends, people said, why didn't you ask people to step up and give? Don't worry, I'm going to be asking you that. We need you to step up and increase the giving, your commitment to giving, but we need to direct those resources into the core. These other things are things that at this point in our journey, with the impact of amalgamation and of COVID-19, at this point, these things are luxuries. We really need to inject energy and resources into the center, and it's like building anew. It's almost like starting over again. That's what it feels like, at least from my chair. Here's my promise to you. I want to continue to grow communications. In fact, we need to invest precisely in things like communications. I had a meeting this week with the Finance Council, with the Property Committee. We want to get clarity on our finances and communicate that to you. One of the other things I'm hoping to do, and I've begun to prepare for that, is in late September through to November, I want to have a series of open meetings for all parishioners who care about the future of our parish. And we're working on the details of that to include as many of you as possible, to have a facilitated process as we grapple with our present reality and ask the question, where are we going right now, and where do we want to be? What's our dream for this parish? And I'm hoping that we can harvest a lot of gifts and a lot of input as we wrestle together with our future. I simply ask you at this point to please be patient. Obviously, I can't share with you all of the stuff that we're dealing with, but I knew one thing, that we need to set up a real base of operations, because without that, and without that being solid, without giving our key staff the tools they need, we're not going to be able to grow again. And that's certainly our goal. In conclusion, I want to invite you to pray a prayer. There was a prayer card given out at the end of Mass this weekend, and it was actually developed by the leadership team pre-COVID, so it predates me. And it's Our Lady of Guadalupe Prayer for Parish Unity. We need to pray for unity. There's a lot that can divide us right now. There's a lot of things, and let's just please, let's presume the best of one another. Let's be patient with one another. Let's be understanding, and please, I welcome your feedback. I've had a chance to meet with a lot of parishioners to hear your stories and your hopes and dreams. I hope to continue to do that one person at a time. Please pray for us, pray for the team. Please pray for Brian and Greg as they move into a new chapter in their lives, and we will have a chance to celebrate their presence with us and to say thank you to them. So thank you, and God bless, and I look forward to sharing coffee with you again next week.